gate 8. And Caliente, gate 4, both unsettled. Handlers are up to keep them together. Caliente is head sideways, straightens up, and away they go from the 1900-meter marker. The pace is going to be quite interesting here. Silver Rose is right there in the early stages. Duc d'Orange a known front runner, and so too Crown Towers is 3 around them. Caliente is between. Sawdust Street. Let's see what Anton Marcus is going to do with Crown Towers, because Duc d'Orange is the leader, and Crown Towers with the 62 kilograms is going to move around to get within 3/4 of a length. Sawdust Street's in the red. Over the outside, Silver Rose. Jack of Hearts is racing away in 5th. Caliente 6. American Indian is 7th. Hexatonic is in 8th spot. Wealthy is 9th and last. So it's number 3, Duc d'Orange, coming towards the 1100 zone. From 8, Crown Towers in 2nd. The 2, Sawdust Street is racing in 3rd. 5, Silver Rose is 4th. Then the 2, Jack of Hearts to the inside. The 4, Caliente, the pink cap. The 7, Hexatonic on the outer. American Indian number 6 to the inside. And the 9, Wealthy is the trailer. Spots them 8 lengths. Coming to the 600 zone, and Duc d'Orange by a length and 3/4. Crown Towers hot on the trail, perfectly poised in 2nd. Sawdust Streets come under the drive to keep up with the top 2. Silver Rose further back. At this stage, Anton Marcus and Crown Towers move up beautifully at the 300-meter marker. And Anton's had a look over his shoulder. He says, "Come and take me on." Sawdust Streets trying to make a race of it, but it's Crown Towers by 3. And Crown Towers, American Indian, but Crown Towers is firing on all cylinders, and he's giving the right answers. Cruised in from Sawdust Street, American Indian, and then came Wealthy. Well done to the stable, number 8, Crown Towers. Now this has taken on the best. The Bulgarians, Golden Ducat. He settled beautifully, and when they swung for home, put the binoculars down, and that was it. Game over. Game, set and match. Crown Towers. Well done to the Johnsons, Estate Late Mitchells, Justin Snaith. Bred by the Bibbos, the Camelot, Australian import. Now, Sawdust Street, he's going to develop into a very useful individual, but when they spun for home, Crown Towers, Anton, he looked over his shoulder and he said, "That's it, you're not going to get me here." And Crown Towers becomes a 4-time winner. He just oozed class in this field, and despite the 62, he makes it look like a featherweight.
Listed Michaelmas handicap, and what a win here by number 8, Crown Towers, an Australian import. Well done to the breeder, Mr. Bibbo. Of course, the owners, Nick Johnson and Estate Late Jack Mitchell, Anton Marcus, Justin Snaith. And first up, we'll have the gentleman that takes care of Crown Towers. His name is Simpiwe, 1,000 Rand from Hollywoodbets and Gold Circle. Well done to the winning groom, Simpiwe. First up, let's have the winning jockey, Anton Marcus. And this is the first time that Anton has sat on this horse in a race, and he's been in battles with him in races. He's a game horse, Anton, and he's carried that 62 today, flying colours. He's really come through well.
Very impressive, Dees. Yeah, first a big thank you obviously to Megan, Justin. Once again, always great riding winners for Nick. Nice to have Nick on course, as I mentioned earlier. And I think a big thank you to the starters, and in particular Mike Shaw. You know, he's not straightforward in the gates, and Mike did a tremendous job.
Going into the race, plans seemed to work out perfectly for you. You had him in a nice position turning to the straight.
Yeah, it worked out well. It was pretty much self-explanatory, Dees, and it took me a bit by surprise. I had reservations about the trip, you know, but he got it comfortably.
The fact is, you know, the company that they've been keeping him tells you what the stable think of him.
Well, they do, and you know, as Justin alluded to in the ring, you know, on more than one occasion, he's actually done the donkey work for one or two of the better ones, you know. So, but for that, I mean, who's to say how many he actually could have won or would have won?
This is a listed race, but do you have any memories of it, Anton?
No, Dees, I'm getting too old.
But anyway, you can add to that collection of yours, Anton, another memento to the
Thank you.
countless that you got back home. Okay, trainer Justin Snade up next. I think we'll leave the floor to Justin when we want to talk about this horse and what he thinks of him, because you know him best to have raced him in those features during the champion season, Justin.
Yeah, well, look, unfortunately, we had to use him sometimes as a pacemaker because the pace is always just too slow and shame. So no horse deserves it more than him. You know, when we need him, he's there, and for us, it's so nice to be part of his career, to see him win a race like this. As I said, no horse in this race, in my opinion, deserved it more than him. So really well done to Megan, who's doing a fantastic job. They're not easy horses to train. He's by Camelot. They can fire up a bit. As Anton alluded to, Mike Shaw's done some great work at the start with him. You know, really well done to Nick, who's obviously been very supportive of us starting up here in Natal, and to the Mitchells, everyone at home, really well done. Nancy, Helga, everybody, really well done.
We briefly spoke about it after you had your first winner, about planning horses' careers and the decisions you have to make on which horses to keep and which horses take down to Cape Town. And keeping this horse here has paid off for Nick and the Johnsons, and you know, Jack and the estate late Mitchell family.
Well, look, I have him nominated in the Champions Cup. Unfortunately, he drew a little bit wide, so that is a bit of a deterrent. I've gone up to Joburg a few times with horses drawn badly, and you know, you're doing a long trip and altitude, and when you add in a wide draw, it doesn't always, it's lots against you, but you never know. That was the sort of the plan, and the way he ran today, we'll make a call on that closer to the race.
Well, fantastic to your team, and Megan and everybody and KZN are winning memento. Maybe this is the first for the satellite yacht to add to the collection.
It's a good start.
Well done to Justin. That's the winning memento. And then Nick Johnson's going to represent the estate late Jack Mitchell and himself here as the winning owners. And Nick, a horse that, you know, both Anton and Justin have spoken about, and how he's got his heart broken for the wrong reasons, but for him to be rewarded today, it's a joy for the partnership, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wonderful feat, Dees. He's a lovely horse, and he's been tough to train. He hasn't got the best temperament, and he seems to be settling now as a 5-year-old, which is exciting. I think we'll see the best of him. But a wonderful effort by Megan. You know, she's just started on her own here with Justin, and to have 2 winners today, and I've never seen Crown Towers look so good. I mean, he really looked fantastic in the parade ring. So well done to her. It's not easy to be on your own here with Justin so far away, but great effort. And of course, always lovely to have winners with the Mitchells. It's always a great treat. And let's hope he can go on from here.
I was just hoping that I get to chat to you again. I'll tell you why. You know, your dad, Mr. Benji Johnson, an absolute star, gentleman. I love chatting to him. You know, he sorely missed. And today we had another doyen that passed over the weekend in Mr. Sanders. And I know that your dad and Mr. Sanders were very close for many, many years during their illustrious racing careers together.
Yeah, geez, I wanted to say something earlier, but I didn't, because it's rather emotional.
Sure.
Yeah, Dad and Chris grew up together. I've got a photograph at home of them on the Westbrook Beach.
Sure.
In their nappies when they were about 18 months old, which was 1930. They were born in 1929. So,
yeah.
So we go back a long way, and it's a sad day.
Nick, all the best. Winning memento for yourself and the Mitchells. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And that's a wrap. The Michaelmas Handicap 2020 will belong to horse number 8, Crown Towers.